Welcome to the Palouse, Pullman, Washington Martin Stadium, home to the Washington State Cougars. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Fresno State Bulldogs, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Washington State Cougars. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Washington State lined up to kick it off and get this game going. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Fresno State's offense will have the first possession of the game. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. He'll pull it on the read. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After trying the running game on first down, they come to the line on second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. On third down, he drops to throw. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Fresno State will have to punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. So Washington State's offense will go to work for the first time today. Hold and finds his man on the left. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Quarterback on the keeper. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Second down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's burned.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Right on the money. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. They'll run it from the gun. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Offense with jumbo personnel. Hands it off on the counter. Turning it on! They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Cougars kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking downfield on first down. It's complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. That last completion sets him up on second down. Give to the single back. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Wazoo eager to pay off this red zone trip. They'll send the tight end in motion. They're going to go right back to him on first down. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Here's the handoff. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Sends it downfield. Interception. You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Got his man to the left. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. They're going to run it. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. On 1st and goal, let's see if Washington State can get it in. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking to get it in. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington State. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Let's go to the the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Syracuse is currently ahead in this one, but I don't see Jim Brown or Ernie Davis or even Donovan McNabb out there. This team has struggled to pull away. They're up by 4 over Virginia Tech. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Off the play fake. Finds his big tight end. Breaks into the open. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Hey, what about that move to pick up a couple of extra yards? He's down at the 38. The Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Fires to the tight end. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Creates a little room. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Fresno State right back to the line. Let's take a second to talk about Fresno State. For a lot of schools facing the hill they climb, you have to work the portal. But don't sleep on the high school recruiting either, David. They got a good 3-star running back just this past week.
Yeah, and you create some excitement. You create some momentum. These are the kind of guys that, man, they come in right away. They got a chance to play. Like, you're telling them the future's going to be bright. We're trying to build something special. We just need you.
And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Bulldogs getting set on 1st and 10. He leaves it with his back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Bulldogs line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. And the Bulldogs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back.
Hold.
What a costly mistake and big call. They could have been right back in this thing, and now they'll have to try it again. They'll leave it with him. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
We just need better execution on offense right now. Not able to get it done on 1st down, and now they give up the sack. If you're the head coach right now, you might want to think about a timeout, make sure your guys have their minds right.
And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
This defense is playing excellent on this drive here in critical down and distances. 2nd and goal and 3rd and goal. They're able to get sacks and push the offense back, now forcing a field goal try.
They'll send out the kicker here. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash and 39 yards out. It's good. This is now a 7-point game.
That is the score. Washington State 10, Fresno State 3.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Got the back over the middle. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Give to the running back. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. They'll ride the hot hand. There he goes. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. And the Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll move the tight end. Power football with the run. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Tries to slither forward on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The play action fake. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Works the middle of the field. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Washington State sends out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. And some room to work.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
They'll try the run. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Off play action. Swings it out to the flat. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. From the gun on 3rd down. Spins away from the defense. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Fresno State right back to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Firing to the right, complete. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Gives it to the back on the draw. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
They're going to keep feeding this guy the football, guys. Over 100 yards rushing with that last carry now. We knew coming into this game today, they had to get the running game going. They had to be able to turn around, hand it off, and get positive yards and set themselves up into manageable third down situations. We've seen them at any area of the field so far in this one have success in the running game. They'll keep that up until this defense proves they can stop it.
They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Looking downfield, and time is running short. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Here's a heat. On the run, fires downfield. Complete in the middle. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. The snap sets up the throw. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try to score from deep. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. So they won't get a touchdown, but a chance to put something on the board before halftime. Absolutely center cut. That'll bring him to within 4.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. From inside the 10, here he comes. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. Looks like you've had a very enjoyable day there today in Pullman. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas on the Palouse at Morton Stadium.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd down.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got him. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Washington State will have to boot it away. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Tight end finds a soft spot. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Toss to the outside. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll move the wide receiver. Oh, it's a reverse. They couldn't get anybody to bite on that one, and they'll stop him behind the line. And the Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Oh, he's got some space. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. They'll give it to him again. Ball down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. It'll be a draw. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Motion from the wideout. It's reverse. Outstanding work by this defense, reading their keys, staying at home, and knocking him down for a loss. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete. Fresno State will have to punt it away. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go right back to him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Hit as he throws. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. To the air on first down. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Trying play action. Quick strike complete. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Big 3rd down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Hester. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Turning it on! Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. Might as well give it to him again. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. The Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Using the quick game. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Fresno State working from the red zone. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
Mano-y-mano, the offensive line gets it done, driving the defense back, creating an easy lane for that running back.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in a terrific top 15 matchup. Syracuse is currently ahead in this one, but I don't see Jim Brown or Ernie Davis or even Donovan McNabb out there. This team has struggled to pull away. They're up by 11 over Virginia Tech. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. It's a reverse. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. The Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. They'll run play action. Fires on the move. Got his man on the right. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. Washington State has it all working right now. That's the end of the period. Fresno State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Trying to turn the corner on the left. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And the spin move bought him a little time, just not a lot of yardage. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long, this one from the 44. Bringing the heat. Finds a tight end. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Washington State sends out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. The give from the gun. Finds a little space. Breaks into the open. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Give to the fullback. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got his man downfield. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. A strike downfield. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. The option look. He'll toss it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Snags it over the middle. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Bulldogs back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Out of the gun, the inside give. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Washington State, 10.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Washington State has it back and then the offense onto the field. Grabbed over the middle. It's Byrne. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Washington State lines up quickly.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Tosses it incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off.
Lofts one high and deep. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll start this drive going to the air. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's got the tight end. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Finds a spot in the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Back to pass on second down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Now the play fake. Here's a throw downfield late. Makes the grab plenty for the first down.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
After that huge play, let's see if they can punctuate it. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. They'll give it to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Second down, he'll throw it. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Fires to the middle. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. Makes the grab over the middle.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Tight end now in motion. Leaves it with the running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. It has been said that the obstacle is the way, and this obstacle is now back-to-back losses.
Back-to-back L's. It's not the end of the world, though. I still think there's time for this team to figure out what they're going to do, how they're going to finish the season strong. It's not over yet. 2 bad weeks. Flush it down the toilet. Refocus the mechanism. We're ready to rock and roll next week.
It just needs to be about finding a way to win a game right now. In all likelihood, 99.9% chance the college football playoff now is not a possibility anymore. That's okay. Let's worry about winning a game. Let's go back. Let's watch the film. Let's get back to being who we are so we can get this ship right.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.